On January 7, 2023, officers with the Memphis Police Department yanked Tyre Nichols, a 29-year-old black man, from his car, pepper sprayed and tased him, chased after him following a struggle, and then kicked, punched, and beat him with a baton. Ruled a homicide, Nichols died from these injuries 3 days later. The killing of Tyre Nichols, perhaps the highest profile instance of police violence since George Floyd was murdered by a Minneapolis police officer in 2020, showcases the all too common part of life for black people in America. Like thousands of other black Americans in the past decade and beyond, Nichols was a victim of police brutality. But police brutality is just one cog in a broad criminal justice system that disproportionately levies punishment against black people. Tyre Nichols, from when an officer opened his car door to the acquittal of 3 of his killers on second-degree murder state charges this month by a predominantly white Hamilton County jury, was a victim of what too few of us seldom acknowledge exists: systemic racism. You can see this in the county's jury selection process, one that produces predominantly white juries disproportionate to the overall population. You can see this in the racial profiling of black drivers, who are much more likely to be pulled over compared to white motorists. Oftentimes, these stops are not even with probable cause, as was the case with Tyre Nichols. Following his killing, the Memphis Police Department, after an investigation, found no evidence to justify probable cause for stopping him. The political response to Nichols' killing has only doubled down on the racism throughout the criminal justice system. After the Memphis City Council, in response to the fatal beating, passed ordinances outlawing pretextual traffic stops, Republican Governor Bill Lee last year signed into law, passed by the Tennessee's GOP supermajority, that repeals such city efforts to reform police policy. But still, too few of us acknowledge this racism. A 2021 Gallup poll found that just 55% of U.S. adults, half of white respondents, think police officers unfairly treat black people, despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Unless this mindset changes, Tyre Nichols will not be the last victim of systemic racism. Until we can acknowledge the truth, countless others will meet the same fate.